Dear students, in this lecture, I'll be discussing the basics of web hosting and DNS, domain name system. Web hosting is a service that allows organizations and individuals to post a website on or web pages on the internet. Websites are hosted, stored on special computers called servers, and web hosting companies provide those servers, or we can say provide space on servers for their clients. When user sends a request for a web page through a browser, server where your website is located provides that page for you. Now, types of web hosting services. There are various types of web hosting services available when you want to host your website. Out of that, few hosting options available are website builders, shared hosting, dedicated hosting, and collocated hosting. Website builders. This type of hosting is especially for beginners who need to host a website but lack the technical skills and knowledge to build a website. This type of service also provides an online browser-based interface to build your website and also host the website for you without any additional help. So using this type of service, you will get an interface so that you can build your website. That will help you to build your website and also host the website for means without any additional help. Website.com is an example of this type of service, and many more are there. Now, shared hosting. In this, you and other website owners share one server. So, as its name suggests, it is a shared type of hosting where you and other website owners are sharing one server. This sharing includes the sharing of physical server and the software applications within the server. This type of service is economical as the cost to operate the server is shared between you and other website owners. Other type of hosting is dedicated hosting. In this type of hosting environment, you have entire server to host your website. So as you are the only owner of the server, so definitely you will get a faster performance as resources are not shared with others. But yes, definitely it is a costly option, but it is a good choice for websites that require a lot of resources or a higher level of security. Then collocated hosting. In this type of hosting, you purchase your own server and have it housed at a web hosting company's facilities. So some of the companies, they also provide this facility that you can purchase your own server and you can get it hosted at their facilities. In this type of service, you have full control of web server and you can install any application of your choice and your requirement. Now, domain name system. So we know that each computer on internet has a unique address which is called an IP address. And if we see a typical IP address that looks something like this, this is a series of numbers. But it is difficult to remember IP addresses of all websites we visit daily. So user access websites through their domain names. For example, google.com, yahoo.com and abc.com is anything else that is called the domain names or the host names. DNS is responsible for translating domain names to IP addresses. Now, how does a DNS works, or how does a domain name system works? So when user wants to load a web page, when you request for a web page, following steps are done. First thing is the domain name typed by you as a user is resolved into an IP address. Then this IP address is used to locate the web page. This generated IP address is used for location of the web page you are requesting. In this entire process, there are 4 DNS servers involved. First, DNS recursor. Second one, root name server. Third is TLD name server. And fourth one is authoritative name server. Now, DNS recursor. The DNS recursor is a server which is designed to receive queries from client machines through applications such as web browsers. So this is the very first place where the query from the client is received. The recursor can be thought of as a librarian who is asked to go and find a particular book somewhere in the library. So this is the very first place. DNS recursor is the very first place which that receives the client's query. Then root name server. The root server is the first step in translating human readable host names into IP addresses. So this is the place where the translation of the host name or the domain name begins into the IP addresses. It can be thought of like an index in a library that points to different racks of books. Typically, it serves as a reference to other more specific locations. So you can think this place, this root name server, as an index in the library which specifies the different racks for different kind of books. So TLD name server. TLD stands for top level domain server, and it can be thought of as a specific rack of books in a library. So we can say that this is the next step in our search for a specific IP address, and it hosts the last portion of a host name. For example, if we are looking for a website, example.com, the TLD server is com is the server which is taking care of com websites, where the last portion of hostname is com, or it may be .org, or it may be .ac, or it may be .net. So whatever be the last portion, TLD name server will resolve that and will take your query to the appropriate place. Then authoritative name server. This is the last and final step in the name server query. This name server can be thought of as a dictionary on a rack of books in which a specific name can be translated into its definition. So this you can think of as a dictionary, on the rack of books where you can find the specific name as well as their IP addresses. So this is the final step in the name server query. If the authoritative name server has access to the requested query record, it will return the IP address for the requested domain name back to the DNS recursor that made the initial request. Recursive DNS resolver. The recursive resolver is a computer that responds to a recursive request from a client and takes the time to track down the DNS record. It does this by making a series of requests until it reaches the authoritative DNS name server for the requested record, or times out or returns an error if no record is found. So this is the process of DNS lookup. As we know, as we have already discussed, that DNS is concerned with the domain name being translated into the appropriate IP address. So this diagram shows how a query travels from a web browser through DNS lookup process and back again to the browser. So this entire process has been shown through 10 steps. As we can see the numbering here, the entire process has been shown through 10 steps, and in the very first step, when a user types in example.com in the web browser of this machine, then this query travels into the internet and is received by a DNS resolver. The resolver In the second step, in the second step, DNS resolver queries a DNS root server name server. Then root name server responds to the resolver back with the address of the TLD server such as .com, .net, .org, which stores the information for its domains. For example, as the client wants to look for example.com, then in this case, root name server responds to the resolver with the address of .com TLD server. Then in fourth step, the resolver makes a request to the .com TLD server. Then in the fifth step, the TLD server responds with the IP address of domains name server example.com. Then in the sixth step, recursive resolver sends a query to the domains name server of this example.com, and IP address of example.com is then returned to the resolver from uh, this name server to the DNS recursor. Then DNS recursor responds to the web browser with the IP address of the domain requested example.com to the browser itself in the eighth step. Then browser makes a HTTP request to the IP address to the server. The server at that IP address returns the web page to be displayed in the browser. So in this lecture, we discussed about the different type of web hosting services and the process of DNS lookup. So this is all for now. Thank you.